So I had stopped what I was doing to show you guys what's going on. I'm making some pre-made muffin mix, so we'll have them ahead of time. Disclaimer, this is not my recipe. It is from the Hillbilly Kitchen. I love watching her shows, or her YouTube channel. I just made a couple of changes. So hers has blueberries and mine has chocolate chips, and I add more milk than hers a little bit, and I also mix in some einkorn flour to kind of help, with some of the health benefits. I have picky eaters, and we do what we can with those picky eaters. So I have 4 jars here, and if you haven't noticed, I don't exactly like being in front of the camera, so this is how this video is just going to be. Maybe eventually I'll get better at being in front of the camera instead of just talking over everything. So in my jars, I already have 2 cups of flour, which I do 1.5 cups of organic unbleached flour, and 1/2 cup of einkorn flour. Einkorn is easier to digest and has more health benefits. Einkorn is an ancient wheat. It has good source of protein, iron, fiber, thiamine, vitamin B, and contains powerful antioxidant. This is the einkorn flour from Jovial that I get from my local grocery store. Okay, so after the 2 cups of flour, there will be 2 teaspoons of baking powder per each jar, which, yes, I'm leveling it off with my finger, but that's okay. And then I will be adding 1/4 teaspoon of salt into each jar. And yes, the salt is pink and white. I have Himalayan salt and just regular white salt. It's whatever I had left. So each jar will get 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then I will be adding 3 handfuls of chocolate chips to each jar. These are all of the dry ingredients that will go in this jar. And yes, I said handfuls because that is how I've learned that's the perfect amount to go in these chocolate chip muffins. I know it's not really a measurement, but it works out great every time. So before we get started, you want to preheat your oven to 350. This is a stick of softened butter, and then I'm adding 1 cup of sugar. Try your best to cream those together. Once those are creamed together, then you want to grab 2 farm fresh eggs straight from my chickens. And then you are going to cream those also, or whisk them together. Once you have it all whisked up, you want to add a teaspoon of vanilla and just continue to whisk. After you whisk this in, you want to swap over to a spatula so that you will be able to fold in the dry ingredients, because you don't want to keep whisking all of the dry ingredients, because then you're going to have a tough batter we don't want that. So here's my spatula. Then you're going to add all of the dry ingredients from your jar into the wet ingredients. And then you're going to add a half, if you want it a little bit drier, a half a cup of milk. You can start with a half. I think I ended up with a whole cup of milk by the time it was over. But they turn out perfectly fine in the end. So, this will make 12 muffins, and I use a muffin tin that is lined with baking cups because, yeah, here I am adding more milk because it ended up being a little bit more dry than I thought it would. So I line the muffin tins with baking cups so they don't stick. You could grease the pan, it just takes a little bit more time, I feel like, anyways, when you're in a rush. I use an ice cream scoop, as you can see, it kind of a heaping ice cream scoop to measure out my muffins. Then I put these muffins in a 350-degree oven until you can put a toothpick in and it comes out clean. I try to put the toothpick in the middle of the pan or in the biggest muffin. And here they are. So gorgeous. Then you can put them on a cooling rack. If you can wait that long. If you can't, well, like I can't, here I am already unwrapping it. And I'm pretty sure I ate it hot because that's usually what I end up doing. They're nice and soft in the middle. They have like a little crunch to the top, but they're so delicious. So grab you some muffins and a glass of milk and enjoy. And also remember, you still have the ones that are pre-made, so it'll be easier the next time. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you'll join us next time, and may God always bless you. Bye, guys.